Have you ever attempted to manifest something and you're doing your affirmations, you're doing your subliminals, you're journaling, you're meditating daily, and everything's going good for a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, whatever it is, and then suddenly your entire life goes up in flames? I promise you, you're not alone. My name's Sammy. Welcome back to Manifesting Magic, and today I wanted to talk about the purge, or some people call it the bridge of incidents. The secret is actually what started me on my law of attraction, law of assumption journey, and when I first found out about it, it was exciting and I couldn't wait to start. So then I would intentionally try to manifest something and everything would be going great, and then I would blink and I felt like my entire life was a disaster. And I felt like no matter how much research I did, I could never figure out what was going on. This was 7-8 years ago. So there's obviously been a lot more information to come out recently versus back then. I started diving into Neville Goddard and his works, and he did talk about it, but he really never went in depth. He basically just said during this time period in your manifestation to persist. And in my opinion, I felt like he said that not to scare people away. And I feel like if he were to come out and say exactly what happens, I think it would scare a lot of people away, because this time period in manifestation, it's really scary. And I feel like more people need to talk about it, because people tend to gloss over this. And this is not really something to gloss over, because it stopped my journey countless times, because I didn't have the right information. If you look online, you'll find that this topic is extremely debated. There's half the people on the side of, well, the purge exists, the bridge of incidents exists, and then the other half say it only exists because you say it exists, right? Because you're the operant power. I can only speak on my personal experience, and in my opinion, in my personal experience, this happened to me before I even knew what any of this was, before I knew what the purge was or the bridge of incidents. It was already happening. So what is it? What is the purge exactly? The purge is your old narrative, your old story coming up while you're trying to implement the new one. It doesn't always have to be in the 3D, right? It could be just in your head. It could just be in your dreams. It doesn't have to be the world around you. In my opinion, and what I found, it's when you have a lot of resistance towards that new story that you're trying to implement, when the purge shows up. It's your old thought patterns trying to purge its way out, because the only way a new story can come in is if that old story is completely gone. For example, if you want to redo your entire house and everything in your house is already black and dark and the theme is dark and gothic almost, and you want to turn it into something pink and light and fluffy and free, right? You're not going to snap your fingers and your whole house be redone. You're going to go to the bedroom and you're going to start with the comforter, and then you're going to start with the curtains, and then you're going to start paint. When you're applying the paint though, if your walls are black and you're going to a light pink color, it's going to take more than one layer. You're going to put the first layer up and you're still going to see the black seeping through. And you can't add another layer of paint to that wall without the first coat drying first, right? So you let it dry and then you finish painting that, and then little by little you get your entire bedroom done. But then you walk into the hallway and you're reminded of your old theme, because it's completely dark and it's black and heavy. But then when you turn around, your room is light and fluffy and pink and bright. You're instantly reminded of the place that you used to be in when you did make those choices and you did decide to paint your walls black. But again, little by little, you have to chip away at it. You're gonna do one room at a time. You'll do the hallway, then the living room, bathroom, kitchen. So then what happens if you're halfway done the house, you have your hallway done, you have your bedroom done, you have your kitchen done? What happens if you decide, you know what, screw this, I'm done. This is too hard, I don't wanna do this anymore. Well, then you're stuck with half and half. You have half of the house being the pink, fluffy, which is your new story, and then the old theme, which is dark and heavy, which is your old story. It's a tug of war between your new story and your old story. And if you decide to stop right there and say, screw that, I'm done with this, you're gonna be stuck in limbo. You're gonna be stuck between your new story and your old story, and you're never gonna make the jump to either one. It's important when the thoughts come up or the purge thoughts come up that you just let them go and observe them. You don't have to give everything meaning, because like I said in my last video, not every thought belongs to you. So as they come up, you can observe and just let them go. And this time during your manifestation journey, this is the time to really dig your heels in and really affirm what you want, and don't go back into that old story. You'll just keep perpetuating the old story if when these thoughts do come up and you let it take over and consume you and you start to spiral. The purge happens when you're trying to manifest something that you've used to have so much resistance towards. For example, if you're trying to manifest money and money has always been a struggle for you, or you were conditioned to believe that money is hard to obtain and you need a college degree to get money and X, Y, and Z, when you are first introduced to the law of assumption, law of attraction, and you're trying to manifest money, it's not going to be easy at first. If there's already a lot of momentum behind that old story, that old belief system, it's going to take a little bit for you to chip away at it and to implement that new story, to get that new ball rolling and get momentum behind the new story. So how would the purge affect you trying to manifest money if it's, again, something you've had resistance to? Well, you could be doing, like I said, your affirmations, you could be doing your subliminals, you could be meditating daily, and everything seems to be going good, right? But then you get hit with a bill that leaves you with literally a couple dollars in your bank account, and you're like, what the hell? I thought I was manifesting money. I thought I was doing everything right. That is the most important time for you to dig, like I said, dig in and to affirm that no matter what the 3D shows and what it's reflecting, I'm not going to take that bait. I'm going to continue affirming, and I know it's hard. This is one of the hardest parts of manifesting, but it's also a really good sign, because if this is showing up in your life, that means your manifestation is literally right on the other side. So this is the time to not give up. And this is why Neville Goddard said to persist, because he knew that right after this phase, if this phase happens, manifestation is right there. Abraham Hicks called this stage the wobble, and it's so true, because it's this time you're trying to find your footing and stay stable. What's helped me is affirming that the bridge of incidents, or the purge, if it is going to happen, that it doesn't affect my 3D and that it be as seamless and smooth as possible. I don't go into each manifestation thinking this is going to happen, but I also am not ignorant when this does show up. I do know the signs and I do know what's happening. But it doesn't matter if you are a seasoned pro or you're a beginner. It's scary and it sucks, and it's a shitty part of manifestation that, again, not many people talk about, but it's very real. And I don't care what anyone says. If the other half says this is only happening because I say it's going to happen, again, this happened before I even knew what any of this stuff was. But all you could do is persist and do not give up, because think about where you want to be and then think about who you used to be. And if you don't want to be that person anymore, then this is the time to not give up. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Thank you.